From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello everybody and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight is the Extreme Forces Racing League, the Transcendent Design Xfinity Series here at Darlington Raceway. But before we go any further, we are going to take it to Lillian Garcia for the American National Anthem on 9/11 tonight.
Prize for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
And we are back here from Darlington Raceway, from Darlington, South Carolina. I'm joined up in the broadcast booth by my good buddy, having some technical difficulties on his end, but he is here nonetheless. It's TJ Barnier.
What's happening, AJ?
Not much, not much. Realizing my fantasy team is going completely in the crapper, and it's just week one.
You need a new Aaron Rodgers. They don't make Aaron Rodgers on a.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But
not too happy about it.
By the sounds of it, it's a torn Achilles.
Yeah, but they said the X-rays and all that stuff were negative, so that makes me a little hopeful here. But
and it's truly a sad thing.
It very much is, because I was really excited to see what he was going to do in a Jets uniform, and not going to happen. But tonight, TJ, it is the Fountains and Slate 170, and we're doing throwbacking tonight here at Darlington Raceway. Instead of the Transcendent Design Xfinity Series, it's the One Mind 2 Design Xfinity Series. And just to give a little read about our wonderful sponsors here tonight, Fountain and Slate is a family-owned business run in Central Maine. We sell fountain pumps, lights, stoppers, and more accessories to make your fountain come alive. The experts at Fountain and Slate are always willing to give you the assistance you need to find exactly what you are looking for. We are a one-of-a-kind company, and you will not find any company like ours anywhere. We ship worldwide. Visit fountainsandslate.com. What? You know that? Practice is over, TJ, and once again, Dean Demmer top of the board as we're about to get qualifying underway. What are you expecting here tonight?
This track is it's just ugly for the drivers. It's hard. It's mean. The lady in black has never been kind to a soul I know. She's just like, she's that girl that you want to date, but realize you don't bring her home to mama, because she gonna spit in mama's face and tell her cooking sucked.
All right. Well, that's that was an analogy I was not expecting. But we have a new sponsor.
Unexpected, pal.
We have a new sponsor, channel partner on board, and it is very near and dear to my heart, your heart, and our good buddy Ryan Fry's heart. It is the Wrestling with Nerds podcast.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I might be on this show.
You think?
And by might, I mean like 1,000% I'm on this show.
Yes. I would assume so, as Bally's crossing his line to put his first lap on the board. We know that's always going to be fast. It's a 29.91.
Yeah, that dude has proved week in and week out to be faster than a lot of people.
Adam Capps does the almost exact same, just about a 10th off. Travis Lepanis in the 16. That's not a 16. That's a 55 Oreo car. That's Jesse Adams. What?
I think they lied to you, AJ.
I think I'm clicking on people and they're giving me the wrong paint schemes. This is good. Adam Capps is at least right. Loose out of 4 crosses the line. Vern Hawkins in the 14. This is at least right. iRacing did just have an update today, and it is giving a lot of people a lot of hell. Dean Demmer, after his first lap, he's going to go P3 at 30.10.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that it's giving hell. I think a restart to the computer was the right move. I think here momentarily everything's going to be okay on my end.
Yep.
Which is good, because then I can actually, find multiple angles and things that we do on a weekly basis here that make us so damn good.
Absolutely. As we are trying to figure out why iRacing is doing a little stutter step here tonight. Really throwing everything for a loop. But we got driver cams back here tonight. Can't wait to get a hold of those in just a little bit. Nick Trader, first lap unallowed, and same thing with Mick Olofsson as he's going to fly down the back straightaway, which that is not Nick. That is Austin Green.
Sounds like
weird.
the iRacing people like they sound like EA right now. It's never good. EA
I didn't want to make that
likes
reference, but 100% can see that.
Well, Madden is out now, and I can safely say, as per usual, it's buggy as well. I'm not going to go that far, but you get the AF part of buggy as.
Yeah, we're gonna try to reconnect Trading Paints. Maybe that'll fix everything. If not, I'd hate to do it, but we'd have to leave the session and then come back. Which, if anything, if we're gonna do that, we probably should do it now. There's Matt Cochran, seeing his car perfectly fine.
Well, that's always good. At least one out of the bunch.
Right? Well, we've
that
had
is
a couple.
usually a good-looking car, too.
Looks
Like
the
to boot.
same exact car we had 2 weeks ago at Nashville. It looks really good out of turn 4, heading back to the line to put his first lap on the board. He will go P15.
And AJ, let me tell you, this Darlington race we had in real life there 2 weeks ago was phenomenal. I loved the race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Actually, this whole playoff so far has been really interesting. Even if your driver's not doing well or not even in the playoffs, for my issue there is Matt Cochran's going to hit the wall in 3 and 4. That's going to disallow his lap time.
People can hate me. My driver's Bubba Wallace. I don't care. I like the kid. He had a rocket ship this weekend and blew a tire. Martin Truex, I like him. Other one, 3 laps, 5 laps in the race, whatever it was, blew a tire out of the race. It's crazy.
There's 6 car of Daniel Stagner.
We go to Kansas next week. That's the other reason I wanted to kind of mention that. Should be interesting to see if there's any playoff hopes dashed for the drivers of this. It has been. It's funny, AJ. I tried to do this update before the race, an hour before. The thing sat there forever, did nothing. In the time we've gone live, I'm pretty sure I have downloaded the entire update. So, well, this one is definitely up there with what the heck, scratch your head. Now it's doing something weird.
All right, everybody. Well, TJ, you're going to have to take us through a radio style. Unfortunately, we do need to back out of the session and then rejoin it. So, TJ, take us through radio style.
I mean, I'm not quite in the session yet, AJ, but I can talk.
Are you joining the session?
I mean, it's trying. This is one of those moments where the people on the radio, they come on the radio and they say, "Hey, people, how you doing? We are currently experiencing technical difficulties on a broad spectrum."
Yeah, they're saying refresh Trading Paints. I want to kindly say is I've refreshed Trading Paints multiple times to the point where I'm about to...
Did you fully close out of it, not just X out of it?
I did.
I know you're smart. Okay.
I did.
I mean, this is one of those weird moments where, you know, like the guy, proverbial drunk guy, trips over the cord between the generator and the broadcast center of the track. And now everybody's like, "Whoa, who unplugged the cord? I don't know. It was the drunk guy from the camper lot." Like, we are having some fun moments as we try to go live on one of our very... Well, now it's telling me the session's closed. Oh, but I can still watch. Perfect.
I can verify the session is not closed.
Well, either way, it was still giving me the option to watch.
So it looks like Matt's in the right car now, but Jesse Adams and the 9 are completely two different cars. Everybody's in a different car. Some of them are in the right cars. Everybody else is in a different vehicle, and it's completely throwing it off.
Some of these things are not like the other. So, I know I missed the opening of the show. Which I'm kind of mad about. What all happened there? Was there some special stuff I missed?
Well, we did the Lillian Garcia National Anthem from 2001.
I know that was the, like, pre-meeting conversation we had to the broadcast this evening, and since we aren't really racing yet, to my knowledge,
No. We are not.
Just one of those moments, I think in our history that everyone will never forget and shouldn't ever. AJ, I don't know how old you were. I was in 4th grade.
Second
It
grade,
was,
sir.
yeah. So it was, 7th. I was 7th, not 4th. 7th grade. 4th grade was Dale Earnhardt. Just as traumatic, that age.
It's the same year.
Oh yeah, what the hell? Oh, 4th grade was the year he won the fight. God, I'm feeling old right now. I'm forgetting things I shouldn't. I am turning 35 this year. I guess there is that. But no, yeah, I mean, it was a 2001 itself was a lot of emotion. I know you and I on the baseball side of things absolutely heartbroken that
TJ,
year.
are you in the session?
I'm trying to be. Yes. Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
We're gonna go green. I'm gonna need you to give us radio style after the first lap so I can redo the iRacing sim. So I apologize, everybody. Updates
And
suck.
the green flag is out, AJ.
Yep. And there goes Dean Demmer, of course, the one car we can't see.
The 41 car out to a good little lead right here.
All right, we'll be back with picture hopefully momentarily.
Holding the lead by about 2 car lengths over the 7 car. Need to get out of that cam and into the bloom. There we go. Now I can see. The field for about the first 8 has cleared single file. They are double file back about 10th right now. 41 car with that beautifully new painted car finally showing up for me. Holds about a 1.5 car length lead over the 7. It's about 3 cars back to the 48. And I do believe that is Drew Schrader 4th, Vern Hawkins 5th right now. Everybody single file for the moment. 4th place Drew Schrader is looking low on the 48 car. The front 7 have kind of separated already. In fact, I'm trying to find, there's somebody way down on the apron. Kyle Lingerfeld, I don't know if he started from pit road or what, has certainly off the pace, but getting it back up to speed. There's another car, Joe Darnell. These guys might have got caught and had to start on pit road. I'm not sure. The front 5 right now still remain Demmer, Ballet, Irving, Trader, and Hawkins, as everybody just kind of ride around the lady in black at the moment, trying not to be her first dancing partner.
A very good way to put it there, TJ. You do not want to be that first.
41 now is kind of got out ahead of the 7, but we've seen this. We've seen the 7 let guys go. Let them go, chew their tires. I'll get you back late in the run when your stuff's worn and my stuff's okay. It's about a 5-car gap right now, and he's got about 2 cars back to the 48. Still the front 7 kind of separated, single file, just riding at the. I'm shooting back through the pack right now. They're single file even further back. Beautiful 9 car. He actually goes to the outside of, who is that in the outside? Somebody way down on the apron. I think that might have been Matt Cochran. Up front, it remains the same. They've tightened back up a little bit. They've gotten a little closer to the 41. He's not quite as far out as he was. It's about 4.5 to 5 cars now. Nobody really pushing at the moment, it looks like. I think everybody's just kind of settling in, trying to find a rhythm. You need a rhythm at this track. Being oblong on one end compared to the other. 3 and 4 more tight, more braking required. 1 and 2 a little bit more wide open for these drivers. That time by the 7 is trailing by about a half a second on the 41 car. And it's only 3/10 back from there. It's real tight. The top 7 within 2 seconds of each other, the whole top 7. Then it drops about a second and a tenth back to 8th place. That's the biggest gap right now for anybody in the top 10. Trying to see if we got a mover yet. Kyle Lingerfeld looks like he was supposed to grid 14th. Maybe he missed the grid. He's 24th.
Well, that's exactly what would happen is if you miss the grid, you start from pit road, and sometimes that is a pain in the butt.
Mick Olafson has brought back 17th, or 17th was Michael Steele. There was reported he was blinking at the start. It's corrected now, but he's lost some spots. Looks like the biggest mover right now, Austin Green to 16th, 22nd. And right behind him from 17th, or from 20th to 17th, Joe Darnell. Actually, some of those guys, it might have been by virtue being on the bottom with the 20 and the 22, but maybe there was an issue there as the 21 is up to 18th as well. Back at the front of the field, the 7s closed it into about 3.5 cars down now to the 41 and gaining slowly back. Really, that front 6 now, I mean, they're a little more spread, but they're still pretty close. It's still 2 seconds from 7th to the leader. They're all tight up there in the front. The 33 complaining to something about something, backing it up. Try to figure it out. Oh, he hit the fence hard. It looks like it might have been contact actually going into the one corner you can kind of pass at this place is 1 and 2. It's about the best place you can attempt to pass, maybe the only place other than on like a corner exit kind of thing. And it looks like as they went into the turn, the one car clipped him in the right rear, and he got up into the fence, and it really hurt that 33 car. I mean, he clobbered the wall. And he clearly was not happy with the one car. Wasn't cussing at him, but was just, thanking him overly, which nobody wants.
Everybody,
to
we can give you a little bit of a view on what's going on, but it looks like we are having complete issues with trading paints right now. And cars on track, because it's telling us our leader right now is the 99 of Ben Park, and I can tell you, he is not. It is Dean Demmer.
He is 9th place. Ben Park is 9th place.
TJ, what does your screen look like with the
So I have the fountainandslate.com car in the lead. Beautiful new car for Mr. Dean Demmer.
It does show it.
However, the 7 car, unless that's just what Josh is running, is all black. Has nothing on it, which I don't think he's been known to do that. So I don't know about that one. But I've got a beautiful Dr. Pepper machine for the 48. The 25 is running his throwback. I remember seeing teases of this car before this race weekend. That was a throwback to the Transcendent Designs original name. Where's my space bar so I can see it? The One Mind, Two Design car. That thing is beautiful. Love the look of that car. So it seems like, AJ, most of my cars are coming in okay right now. Nick Trader's in the car. He's been running that pretty cool camo and black, I believe, Dale Jr. throwback.
Let's click off of this and then go back into it.
The 8 car, Bobby Allison throwback, one of the most iconic paint schemes I think in all of NASCAR. Adam Capps running a elite version of Lowe's, as it says elite instead of Lowe's on the hood. A very cool Jimmy Johnson throwback. Ben Park has one of my favorite 99 schemes on board of his machine. That thing looks great. Ben Morrow running the same Ben Morrow car he's had all year. That looks really cool. Farron Elam has a really cool one car. I know this is a throwback, but I don't remember to when. I think it's a Justin Allgaier throwback. 33 is on pit road.
Chairman LePain is sitting right there.
Yeah, he had issues with the one car, like I said earlier, and I don't think it might have been the car.
So again, apologize everybody. Not what we were hoping for a great night of racing. And after watching a couple other broadcasts today, looks like we're not the only ones having an issue with it. Because I can honestly tell you that is not Travis LePanis, that is Dean Demmer.
Yeah, there was an issue again, AJ. We had an issue here with the 94 and the 65. The 65 looks like they caught the 16 in a weird spot going into one.
They're still catching. They're still wrecking. All we see is a bunch of white cars right now.
I'm trying to get caught back up. Yeah, what is going on here? This something somebody's after the race is going to need to take a look at, I think, AJ. The 65 clearly unhappy with the 94.
Yeah, they're going to have to do that on their own end because I don't think they're getting that from me, unfortunately.
I mean, the 65 comes up. The 65 comes up, hits the 94 in the rear end. 65, mind you, being a lap down here. The first car lap down needs to just keep his nose clean. Almost puts the 94 into Mick Olofsson and causes a huge pileup. They door bang down the straightaway, I think, trying to recover it, and cost the 94 a bunch of spots. That was wild. A lap car with some real aggressive racing.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot, though, with the Extreme Forces Racing League.
I mean, it's a long race, AJ. 125 laps, and here we are on lap 20, almost taking each other out. You know, Dylan Dunford was just outside the top 10, now falling back to 16th with all that trouble. I know there's a lot of respect in this series, that there was none given there.
DJ, I need you to share your screen in Discord.
I can absolutely do that, AJ. Just a moment. Boy, come on, baby. Pop out.
Bring in the other owner of Rocky Faith Motorsports into the broadcast booth. Ryan Fry, everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I'm having a horrible night over here.
AJ, give me just a brief moment on that.
All right.
This is products of week off there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually us though.
Yeah, but things change one a week when nobody's paying attention.
Yeah, you're also right on that.
I had to quite literally fully jump out of Discord to get back into Discord.
Trying to give you guys the action you wonderfully deserve.
There we go.
Sharing your screen. Just so they can see something.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to. It's gonna get. It'll be weird. Well, let's go to the front of the field. This is your battle for the lead right now. The 7 has worked it back down to a couple car lengths here. The 7,
And
like I said, is the only car I can't see with the paint scheme unless he literally is just running a
And
black
of course,
car.
it's not going to show us.
Not able to
Yeah.
view it?
Nope. It's the privacy shield on top of it. But TJ, keep going with the play-by-play.
You take 2 weeks off with a holiday. You think you've got all the kinks and bugs worked out and driver's cams, and life does not agree.
Well, remember,
The
there was an update.
5-car reporting headed to pit road.
This update is about as bad as both New York teams.
Oof.
Well, to be fair, one of them did lose their quarterback.
Yeah,
Ouch.
it wasn't the one last night.
No. I mean, everybody can have a bad day, Ryan Fry.
Who's that on
Lord
pit road?
knows the 5-car said he was going to pit road. He is in his pit box. I was trying to see, there's a jack. I think he's getting tires. I missed the stage. I don't know when the stage is. We are 29 laps into this race.
Well, I'm looking for it right now.
I believe the stage is lap 50.
It is lap 50, and they do get 5 sets of tires. And coming into pit road, just about 5 or 6 laps ago, Vern Hawkins, fastest car on the racetrack right now.
Vern Hawkins currently P16, a lap down. A lot of guys have pit. Okay, now I'm getting caught up here. We had all that action. I can tell you right now, there's 6 cars that have yet to pit because everybody else is lapped. 7-car leading that charge. 2-car. Dean Demmer is on pit road right now. Was the leader, has given it up.
Balley's also on pit road. Let's see if the 2 of Adam Capps comes down. No, he's going to stay out.
Dylan Dunford down and away. We documented his troubles here early with the 65 car. He's 2 down. And a caution is out. This is going to turn the race on its head.
Ooh. Do we see why?
I do not know yet. I'm trying to find it.
Daniel Stagner.
Blocked the pit road.
Here it is. Daniel Stagner.
Blocked the pit road.
Here it is. Sorry for the delay, everybody.
Are we finally back good?
I hope so. There he
Cross
goes.
your fingers, dot your eyes.
So get this, TJ, since we're under our first caution. I not only left the session once, rejoined, still had the issue, left the session again, closed the internet browser, uploaded the iRacing UI, loaded it through the iRacing UI, and right now is what we're seeing with it.
AJ, this is an interesting call because this was not an iRacing called caution, which, this is kind of a discretionary thing. I think a warning might have been better than a caution here that, hey, there's a guy spun right now trying to get his stuff figured out, trying to get it righted down here on the pit entry. They throw a caution with part of the field in the middle of green flag stops. It's going to jumble the order. I don't know if I throw that caution if it's me.
I don't know. And with a league that is usually run by iRacing only cautions, I'm kind of surprised they actually called one.
This was the race control admin. I mean, he says the pit lane was blocked. Yeah, there's a car there. The only one that really impeded was the one, and he was righted and gone within a couple seconds. Like I said, I wouldn't have thrown it if it was me. I would have
That's
let that
one of
one play out.
That's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't calls. He could have easily been stuck on the wall trying to get corrected, and somebody else could have been coming in early on pit road, and it could have just created a bigger mess at pit road entrance.
Right,
Well,
but I mean, you do have the ability to warn everybody.
Absolutely. And now that it looks like we got everything running, still knocking on wood here. Once again, apologies to all the sponsors and everybody in the race tonight for the about 25-ish lap issues that we had with the broadcast. But looking at the number 41 car of Dean Demmer, gonna give a huge shout out to Fountain and Slate again for sponsoring tonight's race right here at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Give you guys that quick read one more time. It's a family-owned business run from Central Maine. They sell fountain pumps, lights, stoppers, and more accessories to make your fountain come alive. The experts at Fountain and Slate are always willing to give you the assistance you need to find exactly what you are looking for. We are a one-of-a-kind, and you will not find another company like us. We ship worldwide. Visit fountainandslate.com. And that is a good-looking 41 car.
It is a really cool-looking 41 car. I'm trying to figure out, is everybody ahead of him right now wave around?
Yes.
He is. This is wild. He was on pit road when the caution came out, was exiting. And I guess they were just like the last group to kind of come down. And, well, they're doubling up right now, so I assume they've chose.
And you want to know something? There's Dean Demmer, but let's jump on board with the number 4 of Matt Cochran for this restart. There he is right on your screen. Has the firefighter 645 Cochran helmet right behind him.
Cars are still getting caught up from the wave around, and we're getting ready to go green. This is going to be a wild restart, AJ.
Yeah, they're going to be full throttle by the time they catch the back of the pack. And we are green at Darlington after our first caution of the evening.
Only 16 cars were with the front group here. 16 of the, what I think is still remaining 22 cars were with the lead pack when they went green. Wild race right now. Darlington never shy to cause chaos. My favorite word
Speaking
there.
of that, TJ, why don't you tell the wonderful people what we have in our merchandise store?
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard me use the term for I don't know how long. It feels like forever. We have chaos shirts, baby. I'm talking chaos. Go get you a shirt. You can buy one. Hell, if you can figure out a way to get it to me, I'll autograph the damn thing.
You've been dying to say that, I feel like.
I just want to put my autograph on something.
And there's the 14 of Vernon Hawkins
That hard
getting
Mountain
through
Dew
turn
goes
1
down.
and 2. It does. They're so good.
I have got to find more. I'm about out of it. The scary
TJ
part, AJ, is that drink doesn't, I don't feel any, I don't taste it. It's
Yeah,
just
no
smooth
kidding.
and good.
TJ, you could also stop sharing your screen if you'd like. Save your resources. But there's the 7 of Joshua Bally's. He's trying to catch Dean Demmer down the backstretch. It is just a 2-dog fight right there. And then you have the 8 of Randy Howe and Adam Capps, 3rd and 4th. 5th is Paul Irvin. 6th, Daniel Park. 7th, it's Drew Trader. 8th, Vern Hawkins. 9th, Nick Trader and Ben Morrow rounding out your top 10 so far. 40 laps into this wonderful race.
More issues, AJ. 65, 94 car. You go back to lap 39, coming through 3 and 4. The 65 kind of got out of shape into the corner as Dean Qualley got loose underneath him. The 94 got to him and gave him a shot in the rear.
When did you say this was?
Lap 39. I do believe that was a little bit of payback from earlier. The 65 did get that lucky dog. 39 coming to 40. 65 lost a ton of spots. Immediately jumped on the comms and was asking for race control. Hey, what the heck, man? That guy just tried to wreck me. Mind you, the league owner saw it all. He was right there behind him.
Ooh, look at this drift and the save on the 95 of Kyle Lingerfeld.
65. Get your dyslexic backward.
Oops. But I still at least had Kyle Lingerfeld right.
You did. I mean, the number isn't wrong. It's 65, just not 95. You read it upside down and backward. That's a new one even for you.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. It's been a long 35 minutes on the broadcast, everybody.
You know,
I love that Daniel Park car. That is a sexy looking engine number 9 with cores on it.
Yes, sir.
That is a throwback. That's a throwback to Bill Elliott in the mid '80s when he set the fastest track speed record at Talladega.
4 laps down, I think he was in that race, and he unlapped himself by himself. That car was cheated up so bad it wasn't funny.
And look at Daniel Park catching Drew Trader in the 25. That looks like it's a fun battle about the brew. You know, with this being such a difficult racetrack and the tires and how they wear, you're not going to be good at both sides of the racetrack. You're either going to be good at 1 and 2 or 3 and 4.
Issued to the 94, AJ. Warning issued to the 94.
Wow.
94 immediately hit the comms and said he did the same thing to me earlier in the race.
Holy battle for the lead, and they are battling, but they're still pulling away. Usually when we see 2 cars get close together and do what they're doing, they start losing ground to the drivers behind them, and they've done the complete opposite. They're a tenth and a half, 2/10 faster.
And Darlington's a weird racetrack because you can't just go down into the corner and dive under somebody to pass them. You literally have to work from one corner down to the other to try to work your way to make that pass work.
I think the most common pass I've seen here is set up by a really good run in 3 and 4. You either can get underneath him on the exit of 4, or you just have a really big head of steam coming down that front straightaway into 1 and 2. But you don't really ever see like it, you know, initiated anywhere else. It's usually set up by a really good run in 3 and 4. Either
we're looking
into
at this
or out
battle,
of.
DJ, from 4th all the way to 7th under a blanket, and Paul Irvin looking for the pass on Randy Howe.
He's been that third guy tonight.
Yeah, that's a great view there of what happens when you go down to the corner way more harder than you normally do. You'll normally see them drift up, and usually that's when you see them smack that outside wall after they've cleared themselves, as they've drove the corner on entry a lot of times when that occurs.
Pit lane is closed for the stage, AJ.
Yeah, they need the pit. They better hold on.
I think that caution kind of put them right in the middle of their cycle, so I think everybody's good. I do believe this 41 is going to take the stage.
Oh, we're not done yet. Joshua Bally looking for a run out of 4. Don't think he's going to get it to the line. It's going to be Dean Demmer, Rocky Faith Motorsports, winning Stage 1 at Darlington Raceway, the Fountains and Slate 170.
And the Fountain and Slate car getting it done in the stage. He was so excited. I mean, Dean is from Maine. I do believe that's a local business to where he is.
Yes.
And he was super excited. We knew about this car before, anything happened. We didn't know like what it was, but we knew something was happening. We knew he was super excited. Every time he talked about it, he got giddy like a schoolgirl. And man, that thing looks good.
Well, TJ, what'd you think of Stage 1 as we basically split it doing radio style and TV style?
It worked good for me because I like to talk. The racing was great. I think as per it's been most of the season, the top two guys are at the front, and it's going to be the battle between them of who's going to screw up and lose the race, because that's how they've been all year. Is they've been damn near perfect until one isn't, and the one that is perfect wins the race. More often than not, it's been that 7 car that's came out on top.
Yeah.
Dean Demmer, has managed to get a lot of good finishes. Just cannot close on a win, and wants a win more than anything.
My audio is going in and out. Do you guys hear my audio going in and out?
I've got you clear as day, pal.
Unfortunately, we hear you clear as day.
Okay. Well,
Oh, wow. Shots
I mean,
fired.
I'm just trying to get everything squared away because these updates kind of suck sometimes.
Big pit road thing here. 41-2, 48-7 on the exit.
One thing's
That
for sure,
could be huge for that 41 car.
one thing's for sure, that first stage was nothing but pure chaos, both camera-wise and on the racetrack.
Yeah, the ongoing battle and feud/slugfest between the 94 and 65. See if they get close together again this evening. If there's more rounds to that fight, as they are gonna look like be separated by only 3 spots. Lingerfelt found himself a lap down again there. So did Dylan Dunford now. What is happening? Why is it showing these guys a lap down? Just showed Dylan Dunford losing a lap while we were under caution. Is he still sitting on pit road?
Who are we looking for? Dylan Dunford? Yes, he is still on pit road there, TJ.
I wonder if he was lapped and could not pit with those guys. That would make sense to why they went back around him. So right now, he is your lucky. So these guys are going to be right on top of each other. They've been fighting with each other all night. They're going to be right by each other. Currently separated by 2 cars between them. Will the fireworks flare up some more?
Well, another thing to look at, TJ, and I just want to throw this out there, and I don't know if you touched on it while I was trying to look at our audio and everything. Joshua Bally loses 2 positions on pit road.
I did mention it as they exited. I don't think yet. I really, we don't know the significance of that until they choose. I think they're choosing here. I think that was the choose. They still got 2 cars, look like taking the wave around. Possibly the 65 getting a lap back here, as well as the 17 car. Not sure yet.
What are you looking for? Because it sounds like we are good now audio-wise.
The 65 and the 17, did they just take a wave around? Are they going to be back on the lead lap, or were they taking a wave around to remain 1 down?
They are 1 down.
So they were 2 down, it must be then, and just got
Correct.
back to 1 down.
Correct. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. AJ Capola, TJ Barnier, Ryan Fry, all up in the reinforced broadcast booth. good to have Ryan back up here. I know he's probably getting ready for work momentarily or at work, but it's good to have him up here. But we have Dean Demmer, Adam Capps, your front row. Paul Irvin, Joshua Bally, row 2, and row 3, Drew Trader and Nick Trader. TJ, take us to the green, pal.
Pace car down and away. That thing's headed down the pit lane. We were waiting on it, waiting on it, waiting on it, waiting on it. There it is. Green flag 41 away. Good restart for the 41 car. 2 car hanging tough in second. Should have a good run here to maintain second through this turn. That bottom doesn't quite work as well as the top as we 11. The 7 slipped by the 48 back to 4th. 56 taking a look on the 48, not going to be there, but the 13 absolutely taking advantage of it, or trying to. Up underneath that, is that the 25? I do believe so.
It is the 25.
25. Him and the car right behind him look so similar. But that was big there. You know, we finally can say, having the lane choice, being on that front row, the 41 is clear and can try to drive away as best he can, as the 7 has to deal with getting back around this 2 car as he makes the move. Cannot get there. Gonna have to wait at least another turn. 25 car in the fence behind these guys. Nothing hard, putting a stripe on it. Continues down the straightaway, but he's under fire from Ben Morrow.
Yeah, no kidding. Ben Morrow, as you guys are going to see via the driver cams. Here he is. Well, that's Matt Cochran. There's Ben Morrow. Driving in that VR headset.
2 car kind of clapped the wall there out of 2. Continues on. 7 car not able to mount a big charge at the moment. Might be backing up a little bit. Trying to set up a good couple lap run here up to the 2. So hard to pass here. You cannot give up any track position in the pits, and he gave up 2. So far, he's got back 1.
And that might actually work in the 7's favor, because he's got to slow his own pace down to maintain behind the second place number 2 car of Adam Capps. He might be able to save a little bit more tire at the end of a run now with Dean if he gets by the 2 with running this slower pace.
That's a great thing for that 7 car, but the issue with that is Paul Irvin and Nick Trader behind him might not see it that way.
Yeah, that 48 car looking himself for a run. The 7 gets a run to the outside of the 2. The 2 never saw it coming. 7 with a huge run. Gonna make it work. The 2 almost up into him. They don't touch. It's close. It's clean. Completed pass. Door, bumper, and you know the rest.
And Joshua Bally, a 1/10.5 faster than Dean Demmer, your race leader.
You are looking maybe for a little run back on him here.
But then again,
we are all single file.
Then again, it could also be that Dean was saving more, knowing that the 7 wasn't right on the tail.
Whatever the case, there are 9 cars right now, nose to tail on this straightaway. All of whom are probably sick of seeing that 7 car win, as he's running second.
Well, and the thing is, there has been a lot of leaders in the EFRL. There has been, but the only driver outside of a couple here and there that has been able to close out these races has been Joshua Bally. He's got 4 wins on the season. So while he might not lead every lap and be up front all the time, he finds out how to do it. He finds the way to do it.
And it's funny because when you interview him, it just sounds like it was a walk in the park for him all day long.
Oh, we all remember the interview after Watkins Glen. Oh, I felt slow. Slow? You had the field by 30, dog. I'd hate to know what you feel like fast.
I don't want to see it. Don't want to see it, because that's probably going to be one hell of a stinker of a race. You know, good for him and everything, bad for everybody else.
I mean, if it wasn't for cars quite literally flipping over at Watkins Glen, it would have been a rough go. In fact, I don't think we've seen the 30 car since.
Here comes Paul Irvin
the 2
to the inside of Adam Capps.
Yeah.
And he does it again.
back to the 30 car. I think I'm gonna start putting him on a milk cart.
Oh no! Oh, what a save! Everybody missing it. Oh no, there it goes around. No caution. Gotta get it going. Back it up. Back it up. No yellow as he looks to the outside, inside, outside, back to the inside on his.
We are going to see that again. Tries to get the power down to stay in front of Drew Trader. Oh, that was Nick Trader. I apologize. No huge contact, just probably flat spotted the tires. But that number 2 Toyota Supra is still looking pretty good. Wow. That could have been so bad. TJ, we've seen that many times in just us screwing around and racing. But usually we lose it. How difficult is it to make a save like that?
I mean, usually, AJ, I don't save it. I don't have a very good record of saving race cars. It's not easy. I mean, I think it's a lot easier to just let the thing spin than try to save it that way.
Well, he definitely spun, but he didn't hit anything hard, and he's going to be able to keep going, but I think he's 100% going to need a caution.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, it's kind of cycled through now. He is 11 seconds back of 14th. It's not lapped. He's 11 seconds back of 14th. The only problem is that his 14th's 12 seconds back of the leader. Oh, I think we got some drama between the 4 and the 1. There's a caution. It was the 4 and the 1.
Wow. Matt Cochran around. Let's see
One
it
car
here.
gets him in the rear end and then just finishes the job down through the backstretch.
Wow. Yeah, we're not going to try to be a judge, jury, or executioner here. But let's jump on board with Fair and Elam.
I mean, he got there and then he just finished. And Farron Parent says in the driver chat, I can only lift so much. Well, pal, I think you can lift a little more and hit the brake, but that's just me. I just
The thing is he's throttling it. He's not just, he's lift, on the gas, lift, on the gas, lift, on the gas, and just spins them right out.
Well, AJ showed on the cockpit cam.
It did.
Oh, well, then, you know, yeah, there it is. He says he can only lift so much. I think he could have lifted more.
And
I bet you the
here
4
come
car.
pit stops.
I bet you the 4 car feels like he could have lifted more.
No kidding.
And what a big break for the number 2 car with that caution.
Yeah, that's going to be able to put him back with the leaders. But we're under our 3rd caution of the evening. Let's take a quick commercial break. And how about you guys go see the new open for the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast made by eNerdtainment, Justin Hayes.
The following is an All-Star 15.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join Nerds Doing Nerd Things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back here at Darlington Raceway, Darlington, South Carolina. AJ Capola, Ryan Fry, and Mr. Chaos himself, TJ Barnier, for the way fountains should be 170. And speaking of that, look at that 41 car. It is nice all over that car, and I don't want to jinx it, but Dean's probably led the majority of the laps tonight, I would
If
say.
not all.
Maybe not all of them. Well, they did have green flag pit stops, didn't they?
Yeah, but he's got the furthest stall down the pit lane. I don't think he actually lost the lead.
Also true. Also true. And with it being a throwback tonight, the Extreme Forces Racing League's Transcendent Designs is going to do a throwback to One Mind, Two Designs, as you guys saw on the thumbnail to the video.
That 25 car is running that paint scheme. I do believe that was like the original thing for Transcendent Designs when they were going by that name. That car looked really cool.
It definitely does. It definitely does. We should be picking lanes momentarily. TJ, what are the benefits, pros and cons of picking the inside and outside?
Well, this track is different than most other places because it seems like the outside can't grip up as well on the restart, whereas it gets a better run into the turn. So it's like, well, do you want that good? You want the good launch on the bottom, knowing you're going to clear the guy on the top, or do you think you can hang with the guy on the bottom and have that huge run through the turn? Dean Demmer took the top, so he feels like he can do both. And the way he's drove tonight, he should feel like Superman. Done a hell of a job at it.
Guys, take a look at it. The 4 and the 1 are right behind each other.
If you think about it for this racetrack, it's in part language, it's ass backwards from the rest of the other tracks on the circuit. This track, all the debris and everything goes to the bottom of the racetrack, not the top. So you actually get a better run and you can run harder on the outside edge than you can down at the bottom, because at the bottom you're dealing with all the tire come off and sand and everything else from the South Carolina air and all that kind of stuff. So that's always plays a factor at this place, is all the tire debris and everything kind of goes to the bottom of the racetrack.
Well, we're about to go racing once again.
4 car was kind of tapping on that back door of that 1 car under yellow.
Well, pace car is off. We are green again at Darlington Raceway.
41
Excellent
with a big launch.
Yeah, no kidding.
He launches like I make lunch, baby. Out of here.
If you know, you know.
And the 8 car manages to hang tough on that 48 on the bottom. He gets the pass
good-looking 8
done.
car with Randy Howe.
That's that Bobby Allison special. Oh, the 48 deep into that turn. That was close.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's stacked up Paul Irvin, too.
I feel like with the lunchbox thing, you're putting 38 bag lunches.
Nick Trader by Paul Irvin. Ooh, and a block, too. Interesting. Just about 50 laps to go. And Irvin is surrounded by traders.
There was an issue back on the restart. Who was that 19 quality?
Bobby Green?
Joe
59?
Darnell. No, it was Joe Darnell. He got real loose. Did a heck of a job to only half the inside wall. I do believe he's running one of my favorite cars in the world, too. I do believe that's a throwback to Dale Jr.'s 01 July Daytona car.
Yeah, you saw that right there. Here it is again.
Right? Ain't that the All-Star car?
It looks like it just doesn't say Budweiser. And he scraped that left side really good.
Could have been a lot worse, though. Hell of a job to have only that much damage after that big slide.
Absolutely. Vern Hawkins in the 14, now trying to get by Paul Irvin as well. Closest battle we have on the racetrack.
And the 4 car got hit with a penalty. He had passing cars under yellow on his screen, but apparently it was also showing a speeding on pit road,
Ooh.
and it didn't, because it didn't show up on his end, he wasn't able to serve that at the start of the thing, which would have been an EOL, I believe, so he had to make a pass.
Yeah, well, he stopped in the box. And he is not moving still, so they're holding him.
That's wild.
As your race leader right now, as we're going to run through your top 10.
If it was a speeding penalty, he's going to get held for 40 seconds.
I thought that was an EOL, no? Or because...
No.
It was under yellow, though. I thought speeding on pit road under yellow was a...
It's only
EOL.
if you, I think you serve it.
As
If
the
you don't,
EOL?
Yes. Once he went
So-
green, it goes to a 40-second penalty.
Yep.
That's rough.
And let's run through the top 10. Dean Demmer, P1. In second, you got Joshua Valley. In third, it's the 56 Chevy Camaro of Nick Trader. The Chevy of Drew Trader in fourth. Randy Howe in fifth. In sixth, it's the 48 of Paul Irvin. Seventh, it's Vern Hawkins. Eighth, it's Ben Morrow. Ninth, Adam Capps with a very nice rebound. And rounding out the top 10, the Ford Mustang of Michael Steele. TJ,
Little
any
battle,
surprises on your
AJ.
end? Oh, go for the battle. Where?
Ben Morrow, the 8 car, and I think the 14 car are all swapping spots right now. Oh, as Morrow almost squeezed the 8 up into the fence.
I thought he did.
If he did, it was ever so ginger.
Well, look how the 8 cuts down and almost regains it right back. I think some of these drivers are just biding their time, waiting for tires to fall off and to basically to pounce off of that, because look at the 7. He's a second off of Demmer. I think he's saving. I 100% think that 7 is saving.
Well, I don't think they can make it. The way it seemed, I mean, I don't know if fuel run. I'm not going to claim to know that information. I didn't do the research before this race to know that information.
You couldn't even get in the lobby. Well, I
That's
could get
why
in the
I'm
lobby,
saying.
but couldn't see anybody.
Right. So, I mean, I didn't get that information, but it seems like to me, I mean, we're 30 plus laps here still left to go in this race. You're not
they're gonna have to stop again. They would completely run out of tire before they would need fuel anyway,
And that's what I think he's saving is tire.
they were pitting. What the first stint was, what lap before 30 they were already pitting.
Well,
Yeah.
it was a 50 lap stage. So I mean, if you know you got a pit in there, you'd probably want to just split it 25 and 25. That's what most people do. But you know, being here at the end of the race, you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to go as far. You're going to want to at least get in the fuel window, but you're going to want to try to make that last stop for fuel as short as possible, without sacrificing too much tires. Right now,
We're
he's
on
never
board with Joshua Valley.
in it.
Of course, that's become the new trend: is the short pit late. Get me on and off pit road as fast as possible with a short pit. Has become the new trend, even with the new next gen cars. But with the Xfinity cars, it might be a little different.
I can tell you this much: there is no saving to be had on that 41 car.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, Dean's on a mission. You can just see it. No mistakes today so far. Knock on wood. He is on a mission.
Look at the focus on his face. Don't know if he's got the broadcast up, listening to us, waiting to see us smirk.
If he does, he should shut it off. Don't listen to us, pal. Focus on this damn race. You got it. Lock it in and go.
Ooh, as I really thought he sent it there.
I almost want to click through the field and start counting Darlington stripes.
Do you know that many numbers?
I mean, I got fingers and toes, dog. I got fingers and toes.
Yeah, but you can't see your toes.
Is that one scoop of corn and one scoop of peaches?
Oh God. Can of corn, I'll be all right.
And as you see, ooh, Fair Elam tags the wall out of 2. You saw that right behind Jesse Adams. And I feel like that's where you're gonna see it, is middle of the turn to the end of the turn is when they're gonna get either loose or really tight.
You think he lifted?
Ouch. I felt that. That hurt. Scott Ramler, this is back with the 2 doing his spin. He goes, that left a Darlington stripe in the pants of everyone behind the 2.
Yeah, no kidding.
Scott Ramler in the house.
Anybody knows anything about any underwear pants, it's Scott.
Yes. Yes, I was in a Gen 4 league with him, and we were just practicing, having a good time, and he left the race about 20 laps before it was over just because he couldn't sit down any longer. And I don't blame him. You gotta go, you gotta go.
Was he the one that was trying to, like, they were trying to get an interview with him and he was in the can?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That was me. That was me. On the channel still. It's my favorite driver interview, and it wasn't even a race. It was a practice session that we were broadcasting a happy hour as the traders are nose to tail going into turn 3. This is 3rd and 4th. They're having an excellent showing tonight.
I wonder if his bathroom smelled like Hawaiian rolls.
I hope he's still watching.
I don't know, but I feel like we need to get him a sponsorship of Depends, and he'll be good to go.
Oh God. You know, it's one thing if you need him, but I like actively like, oh, the 25 in the fence.
He parked it on that outside, the 14 of Vern Hawkins, right to the back bumper. Nick Trader now looking to the inside.
48's like, man, I'm stuck here. I don't want to be here. This is a bad place for me. 13's like, I've been through this song and dance. The last guy this spun down in front of me and I almost died. Get me out of here.
Yeah, he said get me out of here, but he just tucks right back underneath the 56s. Now the 13 of Morrow's getting loose.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're getting close to the end of the life of these tires.
I feel like we were at the end of these tires about, I don't know, 15 laps ago.
I really wish you'd have said the moment they went through.
Basically, yes. 100% factual. And whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, welcome to All-Star 15 TV. Hit that like button, subscribe, or follow the channel. Appreciate you all for being here and sticking with us through the technical difficulties that we had at the beginning of the race. TJ went full MVP mode and called it like it was a radio broadcast.
Okay.
Almost beautifully.
Whoa, stop. His head's going to get too big for this booth.
That's a lot of chaos, bro.
Sure that's his head?
It's already... The booth's already been reinforced for our weight. His head getting any bigger, the windows will bust out.
Going back a little bit further, Ben Morrow now trying to make a move on Nick Trader down the backstretch into turn 3. Oh, he sent it.
A lapped car. Is he gonna? He's gonna get out. The 59 almost just killed the leader.
And look at that, Joshua Bally under a half a second.
Ay, 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 that was close. I was going to say a lapped car has come into the picture here, and I didn't think that quick that it was going to become an issue. But that was almost a bigger issue than anybody thought. I'm sure the 41 was not expecting that.
Hey,
and I'm sure the 59 was just trying to get out of the way, and he didn't do it well.
I think before this is over, the 41 and the 7 are going to have a wrestling match.
That'd be fun.
Speaking of wrestling matches, Ryan Fry, I heard you had one over the weekend that you were very much a part of.
Yeah, we're going to cover bases on that coming up in the next week or so on the Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Check out our new released episode. This past Friday. It was our introduction and our payback review. This Friday's release is the Mega Powers and that whole story and how they exploded. Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. Should be a fun little episode. That's Wrestling with Nerds on Fridays.
And you can watch them on the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast YouTube page, as with that battle for the lead is really heating up. Holy cow. You know, I'm just throwing this out there, TJ. Pitt. If he's going to get there, Pitt.
Cars are starting to do it. We see the one car. He's exiting right now. Oh, no!
The
Oh,
7.
no!
That was all the leaders, both of them, but 41 kept going.
Holy shnikes.
The 7, however, is not going to go.
I am waiting to see the results of this.
Oh no. I don't
Who
know.
are they going to call this on?
Yes.
I
'Cause
mean, the 41
Dean gets-
clips the wall, but the 7 runs into him and then spins.
That's a judgment call there. If anything, I'd call that, unfortunately, a racing incident, because the 41 tags the wall and the 7 just couldn't go anywhere.
And the more interesting part is the top 10 are the only cars not a lap down. A lot of wave arounds about to come anyway, so even if he does get an EOL here, so is half the field.
Yeah, but he's going to start behind all them, I would assume, right? Penalty
I
car
think
is the last car on the lap.
The problem with that, AJ, is he's assessed his EOL if he gets one before those guys are given the go. They're given the go with 1 to go.
That's also true.
They'd be given the go with 1 to go. They'd be coming around to catch him. He should already be in place. With the figured here, he's barely going to be penalized.
Holy cow. Demmer clips the wall, gets tight out of 2, and nowhere for the 7 to go.
And I
Causes
can tell you
that
right now,
wreck.
I know this, that helped Dean a lot, but this is not how he won to win a race. He does end up winning.
If he does.
Right. I mean,
But in all honesty,
that is not how he wanted it to go down.
just the
he wanted to
broadcaster's
beat-
hat.
He wanted to beat that car, not have that car wreck out off of him.
Yeah, just the broadcaster's hat here. And to me, that was a racing incident. 2 drivers, just getting
Hold on,
together.
call coming through. Wait, they're calling. Was there a separate wreck?
What? What did they call it on? What did they call it on?
They're talking about it with the Fort.
Oh my god,
There
the
was a
14 and the
7.
13.
There was a whole separate incident not related to the 7.
Here it is, the 13 and the 14 in turn number 1. 13 gets spun. Where's Dean Demmer?
Oh my!
Yeah, that wreck hasn't even happened yet. Talk about, oh my god.
I mean, the bumper cover off.
Let's jump on board with the 13. Hopefully you're not watching this in VR. Oh, like he was.
AJ, I thought it was oddly timed. How that yellow came out for the 2 leaders. It seemed like it happened before they spun, and that's because it did.
I completely missed that, everybody. I apologize. We were looking at our race leaders. I did not notice that the 13 and 14 got together.
No, I thought the
Wow.
caution was for the leaders. If it hadn't have been for the fact that race control called that on the 14, I wouldn't even have known there was a wreck back there.
Right?
I mean, that was a hard shot. That 13 got turned hard, and I don't think it was intentional at all. And neither did the 13, but they are assessing an EOL to the 14, so forget the stuff about the 41 getting an EOL. Totally different wreck. And the poor 7 car is out of the race.
Gonna have a new winner here tonight.
This is wild. Darlington
kidding.
has not disappointed with the chaos, baby.
Right now, but it's Nick Trader on that outside line. He won our last race out, did he not?
Drew is on the outside. It was Nick, who's 6th, won the last one.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, and the other thing to this too is, did he get damaged? Is that car hurt? We haven't seen it under green yet. Where? We're waiting on the field to rejoin here from the EOL. There's 6, 7, 8, 9 cars at the front pack as the pace car ducks off. Here come the rest of them. Oh man, they're piling in. These guys are coming in way late. Here we are at the restart zone. They still ain't got it figured out. Green's
And there
out.
he goes.
41 away.
Everybody on the same sets of tires. You actually have to go all the way back to Jesse Adams in 10th. He last pit on 96.
The 48 got a really good restart. He's going to get ahead of the 25. The 2 now looking to the bottom of the 25. The battle is on for 3rd. They settle it out. The 41 away now, his biggest competition, unfortunately crashed off of his bumper. Can any of these guys mount a charge at him as we have 21, 22 laps to go? At
Dropping
25,
back to Adam Caps.
Wharton with the wall, hitting the 2 real tight here on the exit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, holy cow. Close battle between the 2 and the 25.
Don't look now, but that 48 machine had the bumper of the 41 through that last section through 3 and 4. The 2 and the 25, big contact. 2 spins down. No yellow, stays green. Again,
That
the
is
2
the
car with trouble.
That's the second time the 2 is spun, and there hasn't been a yellow.
And he's got the ship righted, and it's headed. That beautiful looking, elite looking Lowe's thing is unfortunately around again with no yellow.
That is twice that number 2.
Paul Irvin looking to the bottom of the 41. I think that 41's damaged, AJ. It hit hard.
I
It got
think
hit
so,
from
too.
behind hard. He is doing everything he can to hold on to this thing. That 48 says, hey, son, remember me? I want that top spot. I flirted with it all season just like you.
You know, a little part of me, TJ, thinks that the 48 is kind of toying with him here. He knows the 41 is damaged. And there it is.
He
There's
gave
the
him a
bump.
shot. He gave him a shot, but the 41 should still have the better run off, and does. They are catching a lap car again. We saw the last time they caught a lap car, how much it disrupted that 41. See if he can get out of the way this time, as he's going to catch him real in a bad spot. He kind of blocks the 48. The 41 got the advantage there.
Yeah, that was Bobby Green, it looked like.
They have caught him in the worst spots. It was
Not for
entry to
nothing.
1 the last time. It was exit at 2 this time, and it really
Not
hurt the 48.
Just throwing it. Nick Trader, fastest car on the racetrack the last 2 laps, a half a second faster than Paul Irvin.
He's got a lot of ground to make up and not a lot of time to do it. He can see these guys. He may just want to sit 3rd and let them get to duking it out.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I think you're right there with that, because if they wreck in front of them, it might part the seas.
Best thing the 41 right now can coming, honestly, is that 56. If the 56 gets that 48 under fire, that is going to be his saving grace. He needs to hold that 48 off until that 56 can get here, and vice versa. The 48 knows
Here it is.
he needs to get around that 41 before he's there.
Yeah, Dean just needs to run his lines, not worry about where the 48 is, and make the 48 have to make the move.
That 56, like you said, AJ, it's coming. Is it going to get there in time? I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The thing is passing 1 here is hard enough. Passing 2 and the amount of time he has is not going to be an easy task.
Chrome horns are a thing here.
Well,
We've
problem
already
is-
seen it a couple times tonight.
the way this racetrack is, you kind of almost can't unless you really like turn them. Because you almost like, as you push them up the track, it kind of helps them. You know, if they anticipate it, they can lift. They know you're going to hit them. It's going to knock them forward. But if they've lifted enough, it'll push them through the
48 is
turn.
loose. 48 is loose.
This is going to bring that 56.
I say Dean was getting a little bit of a gap on the 48 before the 48 got loose.
The stability of being up under a race car, it adds a little bit of tightness. It's different air. That might have been helping that 48. Now that the 41 gets away a little bit, it could be taking away some of that, hurting his handle. Not to mention the wake being created behind it by the 56.
A hell of a drone shot.
Deep. The 56 is sending it deep through 3 and 4, trying to find a way to get a run down this front straightaway. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, he had the run down the front straightaway. He's still a 10th faster than Paul Irvin. He's going to get to the 48, but he's going to have to pass the 48.
I mean, he's there. He's on him. He's just, right now, he's trying to leave enough gap to get the run and figure out how to get the run. And the 48, all he has to do is take his line away. The problem is driving defensive like that's going to let the 41 walk off into the sunset.
And that's basically what has happened so far. Dean Demmer last time by a 30.68. Nick Trader a 30.59.
Here comes
Oh, here it
56
is.
with the run. The 48 runs it high here. He can kind of keep up the momentum on the top, and he should be able to clear
he's
him,
in
but
the
he
wall.
touches the wall.
Ooh.
It didn't hurt him enough that the 56 can make the pass. The 48 still up there. Lets him go.
A second separating first and second.
Under 10 to go this time by. There should be 9, I believe. 116 to 125. This thing's winding down quick.
10 to go. We're coming to 9.
He has 9 laps to catch him and pass him. And I do believe more issues with the 65 and the 94. He looks like he blocked him in the turn on exit. The 94 was not happy before they took his audio away.
Demmer with a second and almost a half lead over Nick Trader.
The biggest thing is how much did the tires of the 56 used up to make that pass on the 48. He needed to be closing this gap, not letting it open. This time around, it looks like almost a second and a half separate him now. If the 56 was backing off to let the tires cool, he needs to get back on it now. He's running out of time.
We're on board with Dean Demmer, the concentration on his face.
AJ, I would
a lot to him.
stay with him as they come. Caution!
Yellow flag.
Trying to find it.
Joe Darnell.
Oh, no. Oh, man, this is going to be painful.
He's already in the wall. Already in the wall. 55 of Jesse Adams to his inside. He's going to get clear. Oh, and Lingerfeld's going to clip him off the wall.
Ooh.
Oh, who got tagged?
Oh, man. Dean took his rear bumper cover off. Dean Qualley took the rear bumper cover right off of that car.
And Dean also hit the wall at it too. And look
He
at
did.
that. Paul Irvin stays out to take the lead.
That is
20 lap different tires. Oh, let's see. We're looking. Gonna see all four?
Yeah, I don't think you take 2 tires here.
Well, Nick Trader took only 2. And he's gonna beat Dean Demmer out onto the racetrack.
So here is the story right now.
About how your life turned upside down?
The 48 car stayed out. All the guys behind him are going to fall to the back. I do believe you're going to have that 56 and that 41 with fresher tires having to find a way around that 48 in a green-white checker scenario.
I also see that 56 and 41 take the opposite lane of that 48.
You know, AJ, that's a strategy worth noting. If it was me, I follow that 48 through at least the first turn. Because he should get the launch. The launch here is going to be the biggest thing because the launch is going to determine for him if, say the 41's behind him. If the 48 gets the launch, the 48 should be able to get the 41 to be able to get the jump on the 56. He needs to clear that 56 before he can worry about getting to that 48. If the two of them stay door to door, that 48's got this thing made.
Fifth caution of the evening here on All-Star 15 TV. It is the Fountain and Slate 170 from Darlington Raceway. Paul Irvin, your current race leader. Nicholas Trader, P2, and Dean Demmer rounding out your top 3. Well, here's the choose rule, boys.
They did what you said. They all went top. He went bottom.
And the first car on the bottom is going to come from
the other Trader.
6th place to assume 3rd. 7th place.
The other Trader. It's gonna be Paul Irvin, Nick Trader, Drew Trader, Dean Demmer, 55 of Jesse Adams, and the 9 of Daniel Park. Your front 6. This is fixing to be chaos, baby, and wild.
And I said the name of the race wrong. I apologize. It is the Weight Fountain Should Be 170 presented by Fountains and
Slate.com.
Jeff Dunham.
Lights are out. This restart for a lot of drivers could be one of the most important of the season. The 56 looking to go back-to-back. The 48 trying to find his first win. The 25 and the 41 as well. A lot of work to be done on this restart. And here we go. 48, huge restart. What he needed. Oh, and somebody didn't go in the back. They didn't. I don't know.
Whoa.
What just happened?
I think the 48 just came up and went straight to the wall.
He tried to throttle up.
Look at this.
Oh,
Throttled, killed the wall,
God.
And there goes everybody. All right.
Wow.
Worn tires. Spinning the tires. And you want to know something? He's still going to come out right now for the time being your race leader until the EOLs get assessed.
And there is a lot of destroyed race car.
Wow.
I honestly think, AJ, find the in car on the 9 car. I think that's your winner of this race when it's all said and done.
The 9 car. Give me
Daniel
a name. I'm drawing a
Park.
blank.
Daniel
Thank
Park.
you.
Hardly any damage in the center of that storm and drove through it.
Here it is. Holy cow. Just a lot of torn up race cars. Everybody gets a pretty good launch. The 48 can't put the power down. You're on board with Daniel Park. A little damage on the right front of the 9, but
A little bit in the left rear when he got popped from behind, but really, I mean, compared to everybody else, nothing.
wow. Well, we're going to blimp cam it. And then he just gasses it and straight to the wall. And you know who might be in a really good spot? Michael Steele, too. That number 5 is clean. Can't believe what we just saw. I really can't. And Dean Demmer out of the race tonight. The car would not refire, having to jump to pit road. Safe to say, I'm pretty sure he led most laps tonight. And he's going to come home short. Wow. Well, there's your race leader right now. We're going to be doing a green white checkered here from Darlington Raceway.
AJ, they're calling the wreck on the 65 in the back of the pack.
What?
Back it up. Remember I said before the chaos ensued that somebody behind got a real bad restart? The 65 got real out of shape. And I think the 14 and the 17 kind of...
Oh, here it is. No way. No way.
That is what race control right now is calling the crash.
That's a
happened
bad
behind-
call.
What happened behind the 65?
The 4 and the 17 made contact and parts flew, but it is... the 56 is broadside on the racetrack while this is all happening.
Yeah, they're all still going the same way. As a broadcaster, we don't carry any weight here. But I think that's a bad call on race control.
Chaos, baby! Chaos! I think everybody's going to be ready to get out of Darlington. She's had enough dancing partners. Let's pack this show up and go home.
Well, we started
my.
with 25 drivers down to 15 and only 10 on the lead lap.
Wild, wild night. Unbelievable. 55 and 9 set the field. Pace cars away. We are closing on the restart zone, waiting on it. Waiting on it. It's coming. There it is. Green flag 9 with a huge launch.
Yeah, he also got sideways too.
The 2 car, after spinning twice, in position to win this race possibly. The 9 with the lead gets away. Back in the pack, the 94 got loose off the turn, held on to it.
Well, for the first time this year, I'll be able to say it. Out of turn 4, Daniel Park is going to take the Wrestling with Nerds final lap.
And I think you're going to have to back that statement up, AJ, with the first time this year again. Because I don't think anybody's catching that 9 car. And the Bill Elliott throwback, the car that is known to dominate its era, Daniel Park is going to survive chaos, dance with the lady in black, and win this race. Oh, my.
That's
May
going to be
not-
followed by Adam Capps and Jesse Adams.
You may not have won $1 million here, but that paint scheme wins here again.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. As the 25 and the 8 are bashing bumpers here behind these guys.
Well, it
Unbelievable.
was definitely a finish full of chaos. And speaking of chaos, go get yourself an All-Star 15 TV Chaos t-shirt. We have them in 3 different t-shirt designs. Go check them out. Maybe get yourself one. But Daniel Park surviving tonight is the big story.
I think I'm going to have to buy 2 and sew them together. So.
Well, they come in 5X.
Do they?
Yes.
I only saw one in 5X and it was white. I don't want white. I want color. I want chaos, baby.
Well, then tie-dye it, TJ.
God. See me with tie-dye, all right. More like just put barbecue. Call it good. What a beautiful 9 car. Mostly undamaged. I mean, a little bit from the crash. No stripes. Unbelievable. I cannot wait to get that interview.
Well, let's see. Where is he? Looking for Daniel Park. Let's pull him, T. And here he is. Take it away, pal.
Daniel Park, you got a copy.
I got you.
How did you navigate through that chaotic wreck?
I have no idea. All I saw was cars spinning everywhere, and I backed off the throttle and just aimed for the middle.
Well, the moment you came out of the pile, I said, that man right there just won this race. Because for the most part, that 9 car is beautiful. It's mostly undamaged. It looked awesome, and you just made it, I don't know how, through a Talladega-style crash at Darlington and won you a throwback race.
It was definitely an insane wreck. Like,
I mean,
I knew it was going to be interesting when the 48 stayed out. I was like, this is going to be a crazy restart. I'm just going to pay attention to what's going on in front of me.
well, that was the winning call, honestly, because just, wow. Were you expecting, what were you expecting for tonight? Were you like, yeah, Darlington, or were you like, oh man, Darlington?
During practice, I couldn't make it off turn 2. I was just like, I just want to finish the race. My goal is just to complete the race.
Well, you did that and then some, and congratulations to you. I am like just in awe of how clean that car is for being in the middle of that crash.
Yeah, it was definitely insane. I have to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. My teammates, seeing Jesse come home P3 kind of makes it all better. My other teammates end up getting in wrecks, which is disappointing, but it happens, especially here.
Any momentum takeaway from this to carry on the rest of the season?
Of course, anytime you run good, you got to carry the momentum.
Good. I can't wait to see what you can do next week. I mean, you got yourself a winner sticker, sir.
I enjoy the short tracks. The short tracks are definitely where I'm putting my strong suit at now.
AJ, do you have any questions for our race winner?
Outside of that car being sexy and you having the navigational awareness to get through the biggest wreck we've had in the EFRL in a while. Dude, you freaking won at Darlington.
Yeah, definitely stoked. Another person I got to thank is Mick, because he put this paint together today, and it looks flawless.
Yeah, it does. And he also says thank you to us for giving that paint scheme compliments throughout the whole broadcast, and now you said thank you. So I'm happy everybody's happy with that paint scheme now that it actually looks like it's on your car instead of somebody else's, because boy was I having issues with this broadcast early.
It was definitely a fun race, though. I gotta give props to the people. Like, even though we were getting like the late race wrecks, we were clean for a lot, and it was
Yeah,
kind of crazy how clean it was.
You guys, I think, had 5 cautions. AJ, is that right, or was that 5 before the pileup?
I think we had 6 altogether.
So with the pileup 6, I mean 5 before the pileup, which was unexpected, is pretty damn good for a 120 some odd lap race at Darlington.
Ended up being 131.
Well, true, and very true. Anything for Kansas next week? You got a plan?
Just go out there and run my best. That's all
I like
that's
it.
That's what I do every race. Just try to do
I
my
like
best.
it.
That's what I like to hear.
That is a hell of a plan. It's one that's worked for a lot of people.
I can't believe I won this race.
Go get in,
right,
man.
dude.
Go burn some more donuts. We were watching you already.
Blow the motor. We don't need it next week. See you later, Dan.
Yep. Thanks, fellas.
All right, TJ, you ready for P2?
Send it.
It's gonna be the driver of the number 2. Mr. Spins a lot and recovers. It's Adam Caps.
Adam Caps, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you did your best Jimmy Johnson spin and like almost win impression I've ever seen.
I was trying, man. I was trying. I was driving like a pissed off teenager after I got took out there the second time. The first time was my fault, but the second one was definitely not. And then we didn't get no caution either time I spun out. I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, right in the middle of the straightaway, and we said it. We're like, again, this poor guy. I love the look of that car. It's beat up now, but it was one of the ones that caught my eye early. Jimmy Johnson style throwback with
Yeah,
your
I sent
team
it.
name on it.
I
It's
sent
wicked.
the scheme to Dustin Carroll yesterday. I was like, hey, throw this together for me for my throwback for tomorrow. He's like, I got you. He did it in less than a couple hours, and I was ready to go.
I think we had throwback paint schemes in the top 3 positions tonight. That's awesome. Love throwback races, man. If you'd have told me you were gonna spin twice tonight, under green, not get a caution, and still finish second, I'd have said, man, that's a lie. Ain't no way.
But yeah, I felt the same way. I thought my race was over there after the second one. I was so mad.
I mean, now where were you with the big crash? Were you back behind it? I haven't had a chance to go back and look.
I was up. I saw him wrecking, so I just put it on the wall, and I was like, I'm just gonna hold it wide open on the wall, and I got through somehow and didn't touch anybody, and it worked out.
That is crazy. I mean, yeah. If it works, it works. Anything you can take from this place and bring anywhere else?
No, this place is awful. They should dig the rest of it out and fill it up with water.
Oh my! That's the lady in black would like to have a word with you. Maybe you need to spin once more.
I feel like it was trying to teach me a lesson.
Well, whatever that lesson was, you figured it out, and then some. I mean, congrats on the second place. Yeah, I'm watching the replay. I'm not sure how you got through this crash.
I thought Nick was going to come back up and catch me too.
You were right behind these guys.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! How did you squeak through there?
Lucky. It's about time it gave me a little luck at this track.
Well, that thing looked beautiful. The run turned out to be beautiful after not looking beautiful. Take this momentum, carry it forward. Do you have a plan for Kansas?
Kansas should be a little easier on all of us. I think we'll have another caution-free race. We usually have a good group of guys in this league that we can do caution-free because everybody drives with some sense. And till tonight, when we got to Darlington, I kept watching the broadcast, and I was watching, who was it, the 65 and somebody else just tearing each other up the whole race.
Oh, yeah, the 94 and the 65 were not friends.
We had a lot of luck though, and I want to give a shout out to Joe Darnell and Darnell Racing for having us on this year. You know, and Dustin Carroll for painting this paint scheme for us. We had a great race. It's nice to get up here and get in the interviews on Mondays.
I mean, we love having you. That's for sure. We want more people haven't got a chance to talk to come up here and talk to us. I don't care how you got to do it. Wreck your sister, wreck your grandmother.
Right.
Get up here and booth with us.
Yeah, it ended up well for us. I appreciate it, guys.
Well, we hope to see you back this finish up at Kansas and maybe get a chance to talk to you again. Carry this momentum forward, sir. We are getting close to playoff time. It's not a bad time to gain momentum.
Right. I needed a good points day after Nashville.
That place is rough too. AJ, you got any questions for our second place finisher who spun twice?
I mean, all I gotta say is I honestly would have thought you would have ran out of tires after spinning twice, but then again,
I had one set left. I didn't think I would go into, and then we came out with that caution there at the end, and I was like, oh, I still got another set. I was like, I'm going to take all four.
Yeah, I was counting. I was like, he spun twice. We've had 4 other cautions. He's got nothing left. And then you come down pit road,
like,
take
do
it.
you have any damage? I was like, no. I was typing no. And then I had like 3 minutes of damage, and I didn't even bother with it. And I don't know how we got the P2, but it was.
Yeah, it didn't matter. You got P2, baby, at Darlington. And I can't wait to see what you guys do at Kansas, my friend. Congratulations on second place.
And you appreciate just made AJ do math. That's scary.
Right?
I mean, the program does it for... yes, I did math. I did.
Yep. Have a good one, Al.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. I'll let you get to the next one.
All right, see you later, pal.
See ya.
TJ, did I actually break you on that one?
Oh, that was good. That was good. I mean, you kind of insert foot, mouth, but hey, whatever.
Well, let's talk to the number 55 of Jesse Adams, coming home third tonight. TJ, go for it.
Jesse Adams, you got a copy?
I do.
You were another one that were in the middle and somehow drove through nearly unscathed of that chaotic pileup we had here, and what I believe is a very cool looking Johnny Benson throwback. How did you did you have a plan to get through there, or was it just hold the wheel straight and pray?
I just saw like the slightest bit of an opening and just held the wheel straight and just hoped I didn't get a lot of damage. There was nothing else to do. I mean, there's cars to the left and to the right from what I saw, and I saw it came out like third in line, so I was like, all right, if I end up third and then ended up restarting second, so I was like, if I just bring this home top 5 even, I'd be happy. So crazy race.
Sometimes the crazy ones are the ones you need to get it finished. I'm watching the crash back, and I think iRacing threw you a bone, because at one point on my view, your hood is above your race car.
Yeah, I just saw I ended up with a 4X, and that's it, I believe. So.
And then, just as you clear the crash, it bolts the hood back down and says, "Nah, you weren't in the wreck. Get out of here."
I'll take it.
This is wild, man. You have a cool car. I think all 3 of you, top 3, had a really cool throwback. Tell us who made this thing for you.
I just took it off of Trading Paints, so whoever
Even
made
better.
It. Yeah.
Some guy.
Yeah, kudos to him on a great looking car. Man, coming into the race, I said, let me just try not to hit the wall. Ended up hitting it just a little bit early on here and there, but just like little kisses. And then just, things were happening. I kept getting trapped. Like, I kept getting lucky. Whenever I would pit during green flag pit stops, the caution would come out literally just right after I left. So I got lucky there a couple times. And that's how I ended up back up front. I was, just happy if I was going to be top 15. And then next thing you know, P3, thank you.
Well, I mean, congratulations. I'd say you earned this one, because everybody else crashed or just got, into their own issues tonight. You survived Darlington. I feel like there should be a T-shirt for anybody in the top 3 that says, I survived Darling.
Yeah, Darlington. I finished 6th here in the trucks last season, so this is 3rd here, and then I was running top 5 when I crashed out in the Gen 6 Cup car last season. So I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, this track's being nice to me, and I'll take it.
Anything you can take away from here, or just a totally different plan for Kansas?
I've actually run a couple races recently with Kansas to kind of practice. I was getting more prepared for that than this. So I think just, be smart. I like to say I'd like to think of myself as a respectable Mark Martin, early Matt Kenseth. If I don't have the best car, get out of the way, and then just try and work on it and see where to run, and I hope I end up with a nice solid run. So just see where the dominoes fall.
Well, you did that tonight. It worked. Continue it, do it forward, and you, sir, I'm sure we'll get another interview. It didn't look pretty, but it ended pretty, and that is a good thing to have. AJ, anything for Jesse?
Dude, first time this year we get to talk to you, and it's at one of the most difficult racetracks on the EFRL circuit. Congratulations on the 3rd place.
This is actually this is actually the 2nd time. I got 3rd at Kentucky somehow too on fuel mileage.
Well, I'm happy one of us remembers. But dude, Kentucky and here completely different.
Yep.
What about Darlington? Did you just find you hit your groove with?
I actually started out with 68 brake bias, ended up getting too tight as the running went on, and then I lowered it all the way down to 65. So I took that brake bias all the way down as much as I could. And then from there, it felt good. It wasn't too tight. It wasn't too loose. And then I just had to hit my marks. I was doing something where I felt I was coming off turn 2 a lot better by just kind of diamonding the corner, but getting like lower off of turn 2 before anyone else. So that was just a different approach that seemed to be working. And yeah. But I'm gonna get ready to go. It's been a long day, and that was a long race too. But hi to Mom and Poppy. Thanks for watching. My biggest fans, and see if we can keep this momentum rolling.
All right. Thanks for talking with us, dude. And once again, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, TJ, let's hear those final thoughts from Darlington Raceway.
Well, AJ, they described this place and they even put it in the name. Darlington, it's too tough to tame. We thought prior to that pile up, it was going to be the 41's night. Some other crashes happened. It made it a wild situation at the end where the 48 has to go for it. And it turned out to be that. It was too tough to tame. His old tires couldn't get it done. He gets crossed up in front of the field. The pile up happens. More chaos ensues. And all of a sudden, we've got 3 guys at the front of this field that maybe didn't feel like they could be up there, but found their way there. And beautiful looking race cars. I don't know what more you can say about this place is. I just love coming here because of what wildness happens while you're.
Yeah, I can't wait to possibly see a race here next season at Darlington again. But dude, we go to Kansas next week. What are you expecting out there at that 1.5 miles?
That track is fast. It's the only way I can describe it. It's like you can put the car by the wall better there than I've seen anywhere else. And it's not quite like wide open, but it's near wide open. It's a lot more slide jobby to have to make passes, which everybody knows. I don't think tonight I even got to say slide job. So I want to next week, hopefully a lot. It could end up with more chaos. I love chaos. Not everybody loves chaos. I love chaos, baby. Let's go to Kansas. Let's have a fast, fun, slick racetrack and see what happens.
And
All right, everybody, thank you.
if everything pans out, there'll be a rare 32 sighting next Monday.
Right there's a 32 car.
Mm-hmm. And per
Or
Paul,
if you're a Pokemon fan.
Paul Irvin, per what he has said, was having freeze frame issues and misjudged where he was on the track on that final restart before the green white checker.
I will say we did see a lot of freeze frame issues even on the broadcast, very slight ones, but I would assume if you're behind the wheel, it's a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what he means. Did he mean
TJ,
to
there's
pit?
screen freezes.
Well, no, I mean,
No.
did he mean to pit, or did it just
Probably when he was going to gas it up and everything.
interesting? I mean, I am not trying to discount Paul's driving. I've watched him drive phenomenally all season. I'm just curious of how a little more detail I want. I guess that's what I'm getting at with that, because he is such a good driver that I'm curious of what he saw or didn't see, I guess. But it made for good TV.
It very much did.
Didn't make for good race for everybody else.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. Tonight's race, it was the way fountains should be 170 from Darlington Raceway. And before we go, let me give you that read one more time. Fountains and Slate is a family-owned business run in Central Maine. We sell fountains for fountain pumps, lights, stoppers, and more accessories to make your fountains come alive. The experts at Fountains and Slate are always willing to give you the assistance you need to find exactly what you are looking for. We are a one-of-a-kind company, and you will not find another one like ours anywhere. We ship worldwide. Visit fountainandslate.com. FOUNTAINSNSLATE.com. Go check them out, and thank you for sponsoring tonight's race at Darlington Raceway for the Extreme Forces Racing's League Transcendent Designs Xfinity Series. But once again, thank you for sticking with us through our little technical difficulties for the first 20 laps of the event. Other than that, we were sitting pretty, and we saw a fantastic race. We'll see you guys next week at Kansas. Stay safe, stay cool. And if you got a hurricane coming at you, if they tell you to leave, leave. Bye, everybody.
Now say all that 10 times fast.
No. Nice try.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.